Porsche Penske Motorsport ended the World Endurance Championships Prologue test at the top of the times, with 4 different manufacturers within a second, and none of them being Toyota. Frederick Makowiecki topped both of today's sessions aboard his number 5 Porsche 963, setting a 140.404 to go quicker than yesterday's benchmark set by Callum Ilott. The only blip in Porsche Penske's perfect day of running was the 5 car staying in the garage throughout most of the final hour, but Porsche are ending the prologue happiest of everyone. Cadillac Racing ended up second in the times thanks to Alex Lynn, just 54 thousandths of a second down. It's an earlier stint by Earl Bamber which I want to highlight though, as he set a 41.1 during a 29 lap run. If he can be just 7 tenths off the absolute pace during a race sim, it's clear that everyone can still find a lot more time come qualifying. Yi Yifei was third on the day in the Privateer AF Corsa Ferrari, ahead of the factory cars in 4th and 5th. The Prancing Horse had a strong day of running, as well as again being up there in the timesheets. The 51 car did the most laps of anyone, and the 50 had the longest individual stint. Peugeot Total Energies had a solid day, leading the times early on and ending up second in the morning session and 7th and 8th in the quicker afternoon one. They also look strong through the speed trap, which should come in handy during the race. Proton Competition ended the day 10th in times, but still have cause for concern due to their limited track time. The team have been late on track for every session at the prologue, which only exaggerates the losses from them having the smallest testing program of anyone in hypercar. BMW M Team WRT had another productive day, with only one issue: Marco Wittmann getting a little too friendly with the track limits and earning them 15 minutes worth of stop-go penalties. Of the new teams, BMW looked the best so far, but given it isn't a new car, that was to be expected. Fastest yesterday, Hertz Team Jota had to let the factory Porsches hold the limelight today as they were 7th in the morning and had to skip the afternoon since they ran in an extra session on day 1. But they still take 3rd on the combined times from all 4 sessions, slotting in between Lynn and Fuoco, and like the factory they leave the prologue very happy indeed. In complete contrast, alarm bells are ringing down at Toyota Gazoo Racing, with drivers publicly stating that they're struggling at the moment. And this was showing out on the track as well, with them doing constant installation laps near the end of testing in a very un-Toyota-like manner. The challenge for them might stem from a minor rule change for 2024, which increased the maximum weight in hypercar. The Toyota, the heaviest hypercar, is now running heavier than it was ever designed to run. Alpine Endurance Team triggered the only red flag deployed for a car, with Charles Malaysia stopping out on track in the morning session. His number 35 was back out for the afternoon, with Alpine finding almost a second of lap time compared to yesterday. Lamborghini Iron Lynx end the test 17th in times, but had no major issues across today's 6 hours of running. And Isotta Fraschini again rounded out the hypercar field, but both of their young silvers found more lap time this morning, despite higher track temps making conditions slower than they were yesterday night. In LMGT3, D-Station Racing topped both sessions with their Aston Martin Vantage, thanks to Marco Sorensen and Erwin Bastard, but were unable to better Gregoire Saussa's lap time from yesterday. The 54 Vista AF Corsa Ferrari was again second quickest, ahead of TF's 82 Corvette. Leading the mileage counts with a pair of Team WRT BMWs, whilst in trouble with the Proton Fords, who like yesterday and like their hypercar were late joining in. The teams now have a day to reflect on the data gathered and make some changes, ahead of the beginning of race week proper on Thursday, with the opening 2 practice sessions ahead of Saturday's season opener. We end the prologue with more questions than answers, which is just the way we like it, as Hypercar and LMGT3 both appear wide open. Who impressed you the most during the prologue? Please let me know in the comments below. And whilst you're down there, why not press that like button and subscribe to the channel? It really helps me out.